Cairo. Yes, I've been rushing through this, but finding very unstable politically. Pandemonium. But luckily for myself, large, isn't it? A poisonous monkey. Yes, interestingly, it's an eye. Very small chaps, but immensely strong. Yes, very I wasn't it hard like that. It was a completely wasted journey. Luckily, it was very friendly about it. I suddenly went, snake! Snake! Gin. And I rushed it in and poured it on there. Lift the fire up like they would just. What I do? I mean, I made a dreadful hash of his arm. I really did. That was what laid back and landed like that for us. Sometime later, I freely admit that I was very, very drunk.
Rowley Birkin there. Yeah, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. But look at this, right? This is Kiro. Yeah, Kiro, Arch-based system made by the great Erik Dubois. Absolutely fantastic. Make it up to whatever you want. He says on the installation, it says no need for ricing. Well, unfortunately, I had to. Not that I didn't like your themes or anything like that. In fact, I did like them, actually. I do like them. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I needed it my way. And that's the whole idea of Linux, is making it your own. Don't just rely on what the devs give you. But at the same time, he's done such a great job on this. I'm like blown away with it. Now, this is XFCE, my favourite environment altogether. And no doubt his as well. And no doubt Eric's as well. And a lot of people do like XFCE. I, for one, absolutely love it. Now here, of course, this originally was Sardi Ghost Flexible. It's now called Slim's Ghost Flexible. The reason why is because I've been using Sardi Ghost Flexible icons for God knows how many years now, and I've added and beveled a majority of the most used ones inside the actual icon theme itself. Right? Now, what I mean by that is the fact that I've customized them and I've added them as well. I've taken a lot of stuff off of this for the time being because I want a little bit of a smaller ISO when I get around to making this up. This is in a VM at the moment. This is in VMware on my Linux Mint, believe it or not, my Linux Mint XFCE, and we're using 7 as well. We're a little bit behind Arch, but yeah, I think we're using the kernel 7.0.0-4, or it could be -14. I think it's -14, something like that. Whereas in Arch, of course, we're using this 7.11. Yeah, 7.11, something like that. Yeah, I think we are. Let's just open this up. It is 7.0.11, whereas in Linux Mint, of course, we're using a 7.0.0-14. And this is a Zen 1 kernel, and it just works. We're in VMware, of course, as it says at the top there. But absolutely fantastic. And it gives you a great representation. Like I've always said, a virtual machine will give you a representation of what to expect once you've installed. And everything's just beautiful. Now I've got my own border around here. Of course, I'm using graphite. Brought that on over. Everything's just tickety-boo, mate. Everything's just tickety-boo. Yeah, so I've renamed this now, and of course, the theme that I use is actually Orcus, but I renamed it to Orcus Grey Dark because that's what this theme is. And of course, I've got Nemo in on here. Love me, Nemo. I had to tinker around and I knew what was wrong with it inside of etc. environment, and I just had to put my theme on in inverted commas, get it to export the GTK theme, this, so that it works all the way on through. Nemo in in Arch anyway, is known to say, no, I don't like that. I'm not going to theme myself like that. So you need to find out why, won't you? And yeah, I knew exactly why. Fantastic. Yes, it is. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Erik Dubois, welcome back, mate. I know you took a break for a little while, but you've done really, really well on this OS. And, you know, Linux is all about making it your own, and that's what Erik Dubois believes as well. And so I just had to tweak it around a little bit. Now, I made my own backgrounds up as well. We'll go on over to the next one along. Here we are. We've got a nice orange. We got a nice red. And we got a nice blue as well. And then we go back to grey again. Now, I haven't mucked around with the login screen as in SDDM. I quite like that, actually, so I'm going to keep that on there. I've taken away a majority of the choice that you've given us with your web browsers, like the Vivaldi. Brave I've gotten rid of. I've got Brave Origin in on here now. And, of course, like I say, I add my own icons to my theme, so for different apps and whatever, and especially web apps that I have on my main machine, which is, but I'm using Linux Mint XFCE. That's my main machine now. I've also got Kiro OS for gaming on as well, so I'm thinking, well, maybe I should make the ISO up and then put in, because we got cache stuff on here as well, why not on my other drive put on in Kiro? Why not? Absolutely fantastic. Now, what you can see over on your right hand side of the screen, I've like blended in the splash screen, the Plymouth screen, if you like, that you see when you first load up this. So that's what you see on over there. So if you are confused with all this little flashy thing that's going on, well, that is what you see here, you see, but it's in the original colours. And it's the splash screen of this OS. All right, that's what you can see. I'm going to be doing that for a lot of my videos from now on. It just acts as a little watermark, something added for you to look at. I'm blown away with this. I'm going to have to look on into making up the ISO. I'm going to have to watch a few of Erik Dubois' videos. But welcome back, Erik. Thank you so much. I loved your Arco Linux, although I hardly bloody used it because I kept on hopping about at the time. But I'm really, in awe. I mean, I did for a few months, actually. I did use it. I did use Arco Linux back in the day for a few months and absolutely enjoyed myself and the speed of it as well at that time. And that was way before Kiro OS was on the scene. Now look at us, you know, we got Kiro OS up at the top of DistroWatch, but then you can't really rely on DistroWatch for that, you know, unless you go to their website and actually have a look at how many downloads Kiro OS has actually had. Cairo, of course, is made by one bloke only, and with a little bit of AI tooling on in there, but he does check over the scripts of the AI. Otherwise, anything could happen, and everything is just working beautifully. Absolutely fantastic. So really well done. I'm going to make this ISO up, and I'll let you know how I get on after I've watched a few videos of Erik's, because he's got a whole library of stuff. And it isn't just XFCE. It'll install with XFCE, but you can pick out so many different other ones, yeah? Ones that he's made on up. There's 13 altogether. I mean, how many do you need? How many desktops do you want? You can go for Plasma, you can go for all like Cinnamon, you can go for i3 and goodness knows what else. All right? Anyway, that is it from me. Thank you very much, and thank you, Erik Dubois, for making such a lovely, really beautiful. I am loving it. I really am. Now I've riced it, I know maybe I shouldn't have, but you're a believer of this as well, Erik, that Linux is all about making it yourself and making it comfortable for yourself, and I've always had it set up this way throughout all of my XFCEs. Even in Kiro OS, I've got it set up this way now as well. on my gaming side of this computer. No, absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm going to go, but there will be another video coming out soon, and I will let you know how I got on making my own ISO with the setup that we got here. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.